Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Monday Night's Raw Review. I am your host, the Invincible E. Vincent. This show is brought to you by UnifiedWrestling.com and 123wrestling.co.uk. Tonight, we're reviewing the first Raw after WrestleMania. This was a pretty packed show. It started off, first of all, with John Laurinaitis from Team Johnny coming out and basically holding a meeting with all of the personalities on the show. Basically letting everybody know that it's going to be a new day, a new era, a new age with John Laurinaitis as the GM for both Raw and SmackDown. During the speech that he's giving, CM Punk pops up and tells him that despite him winning, everybody still thinks he's a giant toolbox. John Laurinaitis says, "Oh, CM Punk's got jokes," and CM Punk says, "Yes, but you're still a toolbox." He says, "Well, since you got jokes, Mr. Man, you're going to be first up tonight. Actually, not first up, but you're going to be defending your WWE Championship tonight against Mark Henry." Now, following this, he also proclaimed that it was a new era, a new age of people power. That's going to be the watchword, apparently. Sounds corny, sounds flower power, 1960s style, but whatever. We'll continue. Following that, The Rock came out. Following his win against John Cena at WrestleMania, The Rock comes out, addresses the Miami crowd, and says that finally he's come back home after 14 months of them shooting back and forth at each other and all the smack talk. The match finally went down. He came out victorious, but he thanked John Cena a couple of times for a good match, and even though the crowd booed, he still thanked him. He said, win or lose, the most important thing was that they made history at WrestleMania, and it was for the fans. Kind of agree with that. He also went on to say that at one point or another, he had a vision that he might just see the WWE Championship again. So it could happen. He's supposed to be around for a while, so we'll see what happens. How the heck is he going to juggle that with his movie schedule? I have no idea, but they'll find a way to do it. Now, following that, we had match number one. This was the United States Championship match. Santino Marella versus Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler in a triple threat match. This was thrown on him since Santino was the team captain for Team Teddy. Basically kind of sort of a punishment. But nevertheless, Santino was able to get out victorious. He actually came out the winner after dropping the Cobra on Jack Swagger. Now, after the match, Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler attacked him, but Brodus Clay basically showed up and they sort of backed off. After that, Brodus Clay, Santino, and Brodus Clay's dancers danced around in the ring for a little bit. So this may be leading to some sort of an alliance between these two. We'll see what happens. Following that, Lord Tensai, who has been showing up in promos, etc., was finally revealed tonight. He came out against Alex Riley in match number 2. Tensai won, not too much trouble. Basically beat the brakes off of Alex Riley. After the match was over, he spit this mist into his hand and then palmed Alex Riley's forehead and then basically palmed it all the way to the ground. It looked like he was trying to squash it like a coconut. And then after that, that was pretty much it. Basically just proving that not only could he beat him, he could pretty much push his face down into the ground. Following that, we had match number 3. This was the WWE Championship match. Now, this was between CM Punk and Mark Henry, as John Laurinaitis basically assigned it earlier in the show. This match actually had Mark Henry winning on a countout. Towards the end of the match, Mark Henry had actually thrown CM Punk out of the ring onto the floor. CM Punk couldn't get up. He was already nursing the injury from the match that he had last night with Chris Jericho. And Mark Henry, by the way, all through the match had been targeting his back. He wound up on the floor, couldn't get back inside before the 10 count went off, and Mark Henry won the match, but he did not get the belt transferred because it was due to a count out. Now, after this, Laurinaitis comes out, and he says that CM Punk is going to be able to look forward to having to defend his title pretty much relentlessly and on a continuous basis. Basically, they were going to make the the contention for the belt a lot more competitive. Now, after that, Chris Jericho comes out and basically tells CM Punk that he wants to celebrate the legendary way that CM Punk, the match that they had at WrestleMania, he wants to celebrate it with a drink. He's still trying to get CM Punk, who's a straight edge, to drink. He's trying to drive him to drink like his father. And he came out and poured a bunch of alcohol over his head, then got another bottle and said, here's another bottle for you. Be careful it goes to your head, and bash him over the head with the bottle. So the saga continues between CM Punk and Chris Jericho. So this is going to go on for a while. Following that, Sheamus came out, the new heavyweight champion, won with a bro kick last night. Now he's getting ready to give his speech about what a difference a day makes. But before he can get started, Alberto Del Rio comes out, and he makes it known that he's there and he's back from his injury. Sheamus says that he's glad Alberto's there because he doesn't want to hear him talk. He just wants to kick him in the face. Alberto says, hold on a second. We don't need to fight tonight because we already have a fight coming up on SmackDown between me and you. And if I win, then I get a shot at your title. And now Alberto Del Rio is trying to continue, but his mic cuts off. He goes to switch microphones with Ricardo, who's standing outside of the ring. And as he turns back around, Sheamus catches him in the face with a bro kick. Didn't see that coming. Now, following that, he leaves, and we move on to match number 4, which was Cody Rhodes versus Kofi Kingston. Now, Kofi Kingston was able to win this one. Basically, on the run-up to WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes had been targeting Big Show with embarrassing videos about how Big Show was either an embarrassment during a WrestleMania or was a sideshow component. Big Show came out during this match and showed the one clip that he had of Cody Rhodes catching the WMD to the face last night at WrestleMania by the Big Show and losing his title. And Cody Rhodes was so distracted by that Kofi Kingston was able to get the Trouble in Paradise kick, and he got the pin and the win. Now, following that, Eve comes to the ring. She says she manipulated Zack Ryder because he was so easy to manipulate. Real men with power can't be manipulated, like John Laurinaitis, she said, trying to manipulate John Laurinaitis. Now, following that, we went on to match number 5, which was The Miz versus Zack Ryder. Short match. Basically, The Miz wins again with the skull-crushing finale. Now, after this, John Cena comes out to the ring. Basically, all through the show, they had been saying that he was going to call out The Rock, and he was basically trying to put the lie to that. He says that all the time running up to this match at WrestleMania, he never thought about losing. But now that he's done it, it's time to own up to it and do what's right. And we all have to take our defeats in life. He basically says that he had said a lot of things up to, on the run up to the match. And now people were expecting him to back off of some of his statements and this, that, and a quarter. But he wasn't going to do it. He meant every word that he needed to win and all such like. But he also wanted to address the rumor mill that he was not calling out The Rock. He actually wanted to invite The Rock out to the ring so that he could tell him that he respected him as a champion and that he won fair and square, and pretty much cleared the air with the match that they had last night, which should have been the end of it. Now he asked for The Rock to come out a couple of times. Now the crowd is in between. This is booing, chanting random things. Among those things that got chanted actually was "We want Lesnar." Word got out on the street too fast. But as he's inviting The Rock to come out to the ring, Brock Lesnar's music goes off, and that is quickly followed by Brock Lesnar coming out from the backstage area. The crowd loses its mind. Brock Lesnar comes out to the ring, and he offers his handshake to John Cena. As Cena goes for it, Brock Lesnar throws him up on his shoulders and then throws him back down on the ground, F5 style. So Brock Lesnar is back from MMA. He's back with WWE. Don't know what the details are as far as how long he's going to be here, but it's going to be interesting. That's all we have for you tonight for the Monday Night Raw review. Check the TNA Impact Wrestling review that's going to be on Thursday with Caesar Scorpio. For myself, the Invincible E. Vincent, take care and enjoy the rest of your week.